Was that the sound? That's the sound of a franchise dead as hell. Terminator DF. Dark Fate. Monster Call DF. To sound like the STD that it is. We all knew it was going to be bad. And it did disappoint. You know what this is? This is not PC, but screw it. Imagine they did a remake of Terminator in Mexico. Mexican Terminator. That's what you could call this. The Mexican Terminator. Some rockers doing the fucking Terminator theme. Well, that's racist. No, it's a joke. This country needs an enema and get the cork out of its ass and take jokes. This country's way too uptight. Well, you have something against its Mexican? No, I have something against that. It sucks. And a big part of it is this forcing this huge political stance and agenda into it. Well, no matter what you say, it's sexist, it's racist. No. It's forcing a political BS into a lame movie, into a franchise that should have died decades ago. And I call it like I see it. That's like I see the color blue. I'm not going to say, well, it's a lighter black, or it's a darker white. No, it's blue. It's fucking blue. It's not lighter black, darker. No, it's fucking blue. If it's blue, it's blue. If they're forcing a political agenda, they're forcing a political agenda. John Connor, spoiler alert, dies in the first 5 minutes. You have a young John Connor looking almost like he did in T2, and a Linda Hamilton looking almost like from T2. They're hanging out. Another fucking Terminator happens to be there. Young Arnold shoots John Connor in the chest with a shotgun. He dies. Cut to present day. Now, why did they kill John Connor? To make room for another savior of the future, this Mexican woman. And I'm thinking, why did you kill John Connor off in the first place when all you're doing is a remake of the fucking Terminator? That's all it is. It's a remake of the fucking Terminator. A protector arrives, a Terminator arrives. Here's this woman who's a normal everyday woman like Sarah Connor in the first movie. Your womb will lead to the future savior of the universe, of the galaxy, of the world. Why could this not be John Connor? There's no explanation as to why. Because that's the way it is. So you just made the first two Terminator films completely pointless because you killed John Connor and then it was that easy to just find another savior. It was that fucking easy. It's just, I lost a savior of the future. Go in this bag of potato chips, you'll find another one. It'll be the prize deep down the cereal box. Collect them all. Collect all the saviors of the universe. I keep saying universe, but future. I was like, I know right off the bat, people like, oh, you're being really harsh, and you mentioned about Mexican and women. Well, Terminator was a strong woman. Yeah, so is this movie. But it wasn't telling any political, forceful shit down your throat to the point you want to puke and gag. When you get to the point where you have to cross the border and this big scene at the border, I'm like, what is this? A sequel to Terminator or Machete? Machetinator? Is that what it's called? Machetinator? I mean, and then apparently they did change the future, but they didn't. What do I mean? They changed the future because the time the Judgment Day is supposed to happen, it doesn't. But there's still going to be a future where AI is going to take control of the world. It's not called Skynet anymore. It's called Legion. And there are no T-800s. There are this girl named Grace. She's a human but enhanced. Got a little... I mean, what are you, fucking hardcore Henry? Henrietta Henry, then? Hardcore Harriet? When they showed this little fucking core from her, that's what made me think of Hardcore Henry. So this Hardcore Harriet. And so again, it's like the first two films were pointless. You know, the whole thing, fate is what we make? Bullshit. Fate is how many dollars we can make. I mean, right from the get-go, they're really trying to jerk off the nostalgia juices because you have interview footage that we saw in Terminator 2. Remember when she's being interviewed and Sarah Connor's watching it on the camera and everything you know is God. And she's freaking out and holding her back and she's trying to say, I need to see my son, I'm okay now. That's the footage they show. That same footage we saw in T2. Then they show the future war, which is bad CGI. I know the typical complaint for over-the-topness is it's like a cutscene from a video game. No, this is a cutscene from a video game. People who said, well, the CGI is going to get better from the trailers, they lied. With a capital L. They lied. The CGI did not get better. What you saw in the trailer for CGI is exactly what's in the movie. Sorry, it's not better. And please tell me how 1991 CGI with the T-1000 is better than 2019 CGI. Did someone explain that to me, please? Maybe because the fact there's like no practical effects mixed in. Maybe that's one of the reasons. And Tim Miller, you're a fucking tool. Oh, I did Deadpool. Yeah, you got fired from Deadpool 2 because Ryan Reynolds fired your ass. And then they got a better director. And then made a better movie. I liked the first Deadpool. Deadpool 2 was better. So you got your ass schooled there. And then you made one of the worst fucking Terminator films. Is it as bad as Genesis? No, because nothing can be as bad as Genesis Terminator style. But this is the second worst one. At least Linda Hamilton, yeah, it's nice to see her back. But did I need to see Grandma Sarah Connor? Not really. I don't think her acting was the problem. I think the script was the problem. The good Terminator, Grace, well, she's not a Terminator. She is human but enhanced. Again, made me think of Hardcore Henry. I mean, Universal Soldier. She's a female Universal Soldier, really, if you think about it. The actress who played her, I think she was in Blade Runner 2049. The good Protector Grace, she did fine. I really did. I know she has the Justin Bieber haircut, which I made fun of, because it is a stupid haircut. She does look like Justin Bieber. But she did fine in the acting. The girl who's going to be the new savior, she sucks. She's the worst actor and actress in the movie. And that's why I'm being harsh. I'm like, this is who you get to replace John Connor? Fuck John Connor. The whole fucking franchise was based on that. Now it's like, what is this thing with like, oh, we base it all on John Connor now. Fuck that. We turn him into a Terminator and Genesis. Now we just kill him off. But then what is the point of doing that in the first place? You just really just put a grenade in the mouth and let it go boom. You just took a shit on it. Why? Why? I mean, I know why. To further a fucking agenda. Well, okay, we gotta have a female savior, because in a way that was Linda Hamilton in the first movie. But yeah, she'll give birth to a son, but yeah, we gotta have that again, because we want to remake the first film, but also because women rule and boys drool, and also Mexican American, we go to night school, we take Spanish and get a B. I'm sorry, I'm gonna call like it is. I don't care what people say about that is what they're doing. It's plain as day. Again, if I see the color blue, it's blue. It's not light black or dark white, it's fucking blue. Now if I take that out of the way, as a movie, it's boring and pointless because you've seen it all before. This this is like The Force Awakens and Halloween 2018. It's a sequel, but it's a remake. It's a sequel, but it's a remake. And if this doesn't show you can't do anything more with Terminator, I don't know what the hell else will. This is a movie that was made for critics, for brownie points. I'm surprised it wasn't a Trump joke. I don't even like Trump, but I'm getting tired of that bullshit in movies. I just want to enjoy a popcorn movie. I spilled my fucking soda. I'm tired of that shit in movies. I just want to be entertained by movies. I don't need your political jargon bullshit. I don't need the fucking border in my face. I don't need you ripping off shit from the other Terminator films. I don't need one of the first lines Linda Hamilton says is the future never happened because I stopped it. It wasn't just you who fucking stopped it, lady. It was also a Terminator named Arnold. It was also Kyle Reese. You remember him? Did you forget about Kyle Reese? Helps, in the first film? Wasn't just you who stopped it by yourself, Linda Hamilton. Hate to be a bearer of bad news. And then that's when the Terminator shoots young John Connor. Edward Furlong, they say he's in it. I don't even think he got a line of dialogue. I don't see how he's in it. It's his smaller version. It could be any person. They just CGI'd the face. So if they say Edward Furlong's in it, I guess technically he's in it, but he has no lines of dialogue. He doesn't say anything. And if he did, I don't remember. I sincerely don't. So there you go. Well, Edward Furlong's too fucked up. They get another fucking person to play him. The guy who played him in Terminator 3 wasn't bad. And sadly, that's a better movie than this. The good Terminator, the Grace, she's pretty much Sam Worthington in Terminator Salvation. Another stolen thing. Remember Terminator Salvation when he's like, I am human. Pretty much this girl. She arrives naked, she throws some cops around, she fucks off. Now we're in Mexico, and this Mexico lady is the new savior of humanity. So there's no point keeping John Connor alive in the first two films. What is it about these filmmakers that in order to force their political agenda, I don't give a fuck if I don't care if a lady stars in a film. You know what this poster is? You can't see it because of the glare. It's called Aliens. Someone said it best. I want a good character, not just a good female character. I want a good character. I don't care what's between their legs. And if this new character was good, I wouldn't say shit. But she's nothing. She cries a lot. She cries some more. She tries to act tough. And I don't buy it. I don't buy her like I wouldn't buy a $3 bill. She is inconsequential. Nothing about her is worth a spit. She can't act. She has no presence. She has no personality. She is the worst actor in the movie. And this is who we get to replace John Connor. Okay. Because she's Mexican, she's a lady. That's why. That's the only reason. Because it's not her acting. There's nothing about her character. She has to act tough. RuPaul is more of a tougher lady than her. She's not even a lady. God help me. I just want to sing the YMCA song because that'd be more exciting than this. So what happens? Again, you just made the first two films pointless. Thank you. What is it about making the original films pointless? Star Wars did that. Emperor Palpatine is bad. So everything Darth Vader did in Return of the Jedi, throwing the Emperor down the shaft. Yeah, that was pointless, I guess, because he's alive again. What is it about making these films and then the old films fuck them? Just make them pointless. Do they not realize anything about story? About ruining stories? That you ruin stories and mythologies? Why do these people not care? They're big fans of the franchise, but fuck the story, fuck the characters, fuck this. Can we put any more political shit? We need some animal rights in Last Jedi. We need some blah 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 blah. Story is more important than political bullshit. Do these people not realize that? Like Tim Miller or Jimmy Tammy. Oh, Jimmy Tammy produced it. Yeah, he probably was jerking off to snorting cocaine with money. The amount of money they paid him to put his name on this. Well, Jimmy Tammy liked it. He also liked Genesis. He also liked EVP. Don't believe me? Look up interviews, written interviews on Ain't Cool News. Where he talked about, I saw it, I didn't mind it. He's a two-faced prick. He'll lie, and then he'll bullshit. I liked it, I don't. I liked it, I don't. Pick one, Junior. Jimmy Tammy. And by the way, the trailer showed every goddamn thing in the film. Just after that, the wannabe T-1000, Juan the T-1000, he comes in, tries to kill the girl. Good girl Grace saves her. Some shotguns, fighting with a sledgehammer. They leave, immediately goes into being chased by a big truck. I'm like, why does it remind me of T2 when they're, T-1000 was driving a big truck? Why does it remind me of T3? Which even T3, that was more interesting, that the Terminator could control all these vehicles. That was actually a pretty good scene in Terminator 3. The best scene in the movie. It's not a good movie, but that was a good action scene. This scene doesn't even do that. And then this girl who's going to be the savior, she can't even fucking drive. Can you drive? No, I can't drive. This is like a girl in her 20s. And the only difference with this Terminator is that it oozes black oil like it's the fucking X-Files and can split itself into two. Never splits itself into like 3 or 4, to 2. I just 2 is its limit. Then, like in the trailer, Linda Hamilton comes in, shoots at one, bazookas the other. I'll be back. Yeah, because we need that line in every goddamn movie. And then, at this point, I'm like, this new savior just cries a lot. Shit. And they're going to have to teach her all over again. We already had that with John Connor. Why did you even need to kill John Connor? There is no reason. You just say, there's a new... Fine, why there's a new fucking... Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Skynet. Legion. Oh, yeah, someone came up with another technology, and now there's another future war. No one knows who Sarah Connor or John Connor is. So, this was just like fucking... There was no story, and they pulled a story out of their ass. It's like, let's just remake the first Terminator or Terminator 2. That's what it is. Terminator 1 and 2 remade. And put in some SJW bullshit. That's what it is. And they steal Linda Hamilton's truck to go to a doctor because Grace is not feeling well. Linda Hamilton gets there, picks him up. They realize they go across the border into Texas. They're on a train. It looks fake as fuck. You telling everything's a goddamn green screen. What you saw in the trailer, like, it's going to get better in the movie. No. You could tell they're not writing. It looks so fake and phony and fraud. It's so fake looking. Well, you're being too harsh. No, this is fucking Terminator. Watch the first 2 Terminator films. They're generally good movies. Fuck. I'm the guy that sometimes said Terminator 2 is a bit overrated only because there's other Arnold films I like more, like Predator or The Running Man. But I've always said Terminator 2 is a good movie, because it is a good movie. Terminator 1 is my favorite. This... It's like you have to call it good, otherwise you're racist or sexist. Oh great, so it's going to be like Ghostbusters 2016 all over again, which the critics also loved. CGI was not better from the trailer. They go on a train, they get arrested, a drone bombs at them, they get arrested again, they go to the border patrol facility. The T-1000 comes in, and I'm like, okay, this is them trying to do the police station in the first Terminator, but nowhere near impactful in the slightest. They escape on a helicopter. One stupid line was, Grace, they're looking at her, she wakes up, she talks to a guy, did I say you could look at my private parts? And then knocks him out. I'm like, what the fuck? Was this supposed to be a joke? Is that supposed to be humor, Tim Miller? Maybe that's why Ryan Reynolds fired your ass. If this is the humor you wanted to bring to Deadpool 2. No wonder Ryan Reynolds fired your ass for a good reason. God damn. From time to time, they get sent these texts, and they find out it's Arnold. Who's Arnold? The Terminator that killed John Connor at the beginning. Why is he helping them? Get closer. Get closer. Get your ear next to my voice, please, because you're not going to get this. This Terminator found a family, a boyfriend beating the shit out of a lady. He, I guess, helped the lady, adopted the lady and her kid, grew a conscience. They became his family. So now he feels bad for killing John Connor. What the fuck is that? So the Terminator could just grow a fucking conscience. Well, Terminator 2... Oh, that's another thing you stole from T2. Well, Terminator 2... I get that. But this was just... That was a Terminator sent back to protect him. So you have an actual starting fucking point. This was a Terminator sent to protect him in Terminator 2. So he had a starting point that he would not want to hurt people. But a Terminator sent back to kill would want to kill. Now all of a sudden be like, you're beating the shit out of that lady. I'm programmed to terminate. Well, I terminated what I was supposed to. What am I supposed to do now? I don't know. Try to terminate Sarah Connor? Why that wouldn't be programmed, I don't know why. Do what a Terminator... So what? If a Terminator in the future... Go kill that human. Okay. I did it. Now what do I do? So I just talk and tell it jokes and I'll have a conscience and be my friend? It's just so stupid. I mean, and if you wanted it to work, maybe if you... This was just dumb. You just find out he raised the kids with this lady and grew a conscience, adopted a family. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? You know what would have made more sense if he was... If he was the human version that would later be adopted for a T-800. There has to be a human version and not that deleted scene in Terminator 3. Sergeant Candy! They had to have that face from somebody. But no. I'm sorry, I'm tired of seeing Arnold in these movies. You need to stop doing these films, Arnold. You need to stop. Genesis didn't work, Terminator 3 didn't work, and this film didn't work. Just stop it. Please stop it. And that's funny, the Rambo and Terminator, they both have to deal with the border. Like, every goddamn movie's gotta deal with the border now. And you know what? As much as I hated Rambo Last Blood, it's nowhere near as bad as this. That's the truth. Because at least Rambo Last Blood, I like that 5 minutes where he's just being Jason Voorhees. I said that many times. I still hate the film. It'd be in my top 10 worst, but probably not in my top 5, because this has been a bad fucking year for movies. Really bad fucking year. Jacob's Ladder remake. Doom Annihilation. I know it's a show, but Critter's a new binge, where you had a critter eating out a lady, pussy style. What the fuck is this year coming to for movies? And the jokes that the Terminator tries to do, like he's having a conversation. I guess he did wallpaper or something, because like I was with this customer, solid colored drapes in his little girl's room. I said, don't do it. You need butterflies. You need butterfly knife up your ass, movie. It's bullshit. All of it. The cabinet ministers, studios gotta do your dirty work. Because we're assets, spendable assets. And the studios use us to get the job done. Got it? Well, I'm sorry. My fans are not expendable. I don't do this kind of work. Goddamn. So, action scene where they're chased by a helicopter. Oh, I never saw that before in Terminator 2. Where you actually see where they're chased by a helicopter. They did that in Genesis as well. Was it helicopter in Genesis? I don't remember Genesis. They did in this, though. I'll say that. Wow, another scene where they're chased by a helicopter and they're shooting at the helicopter. They get out of a plane, and pretty much they have the plane scene from The Mummy with Tom Cruise. And sadly, The Mummy with Tom Cruise is a better movie than this. And I don't like that movie. But I'd rather watch that than this, because this is more insulting. The Mummy made a fool of itself, but it didn't really hurt anybody. This did. This is the real Terminator 3. Oh yeah, kill John Connor, make them fucking pointless. Just remake the first 2 films. Just remake them. Oh, we have a female Terminator. You had that in Terminator 3, but she's a good Terminator. Well, yeah, that's the Sarah Connor Chronicles, but she's not, all the way Terminator. So you did that with Sam Worthington and Terminator Salvation, but we have them being chased by a truck, like Terminator 2 and the semi. Even at the end of Terminator 1, Arnold was driving a semi. We got a helicopter chase him. Like the T-1000 was flying a helicopter and get out. A T-1, which that was an ode to the first film when Arnold said get out. But at least T2 was a good movie. It's boring. It's generic. It's lazy. It has very poor special effects. Action scenes mostly copy from the first 2. Or other parts of the films. The series. Or the plane scene from The Mummy, and they're twirling around like it's ridiculous game of grab ass. And then the CGI orgasm fest, where the team parachutes down while the fucking planes explode, and CGI everywhere to the point I'm ready to overdose. Then they go to this power plant. I'm like, if they fucking have a plant that has a fucking fire pit, lava pit, it's not lava, but, in T2, they don't quite have that. But, I don't know, the facility looked like the facility in fucking Genesis. And they're fighting it, and, Grace is throwing the chains, and Arnold's fighting it and shooting at it, and they're both fighting it, and then Grace is like, tape my core. That's like the end of Terminator 3. When you took the core, you put it in the mouth, you're terminated. It's almost the same fucking thing. So now the savior of the future is Miss Badass all of a sudden. But she's so fake and phony. I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm not gonna, you're not gonna tear my friends. I'm gonna shoot you. Oh, I broke your nail. I'm gonna shoot you again. Puto guaco mido. I'm gonna shoot you again. Puta madre. Unce dulce trece. Maricón, puto. Muchas gracias, por favor. But the ding. She fucking sucked. Oh, you don't like Mexican? Yeah, that's why I like Salma Hayek and Everly. Then that's a film underrated. Go watch Everly. Oh, you know what? Just have a good fucking character regardless of his race, color, creed, anything. The reason I keep harping on that is because the filmmakers keep harping on that. They put it tattooed on your forehead, tattooed on your dick, tattooed across your ass. And when you make it that blatantly obvious and you're doing this, I can't see until I talk to the thing directly in my face. So you do this, and I'm trying to see the movie on all this political agenda. Well, then if you don't do this, then I'm going to do this. That's what I'm going to do. Because I'm tired of this shit in movies. You did with your Star Wars and all this other shit. Now you did with Terminator. And it's the truth. I'm sorry. It's right fucking there. And just a boring fucking film. And you don't buy this lady being tough. You don't buy her being anything in the future other than bait and dead meat. So, you know, the core will release like EMP thing and put it in, and Arnold tackles it down. They both fall to the ground. Arnold restrains it. They both pretty much melt. Then the girl and Linda Hamilton are going to go off. I guess Linda's going to train her now to be the savior, even though I thought she was doing that with John Connor. So, again, you're at the same... nothing has changed. This entire movie was just, we got to get rid of John Connor to put in a female John Connor. That's really the whole point of this film. Because the future is still coming. Except it's not Skynet, it's Legion. Although, in one future part, they mention HKs. I'm like, wait a minute. If this is completely different, how the fuck are there still HKs? That's a very convenient naming. Almost the same fucking name. HKs. I'm like, wait a minute, you just named them the same fucking thing, even though it's so different. It's Steve Scott as Legion. Oh yeah, when Linda Hamilton's like, I stopped it from happening. What about Miles Dyson? You know, did everyone forget about Miles Dyson? He kind of helped too. Just saying. And he had family. And he sacrificed himself Terminator 2. If you forget that, you know, Joe Morton, Miles Dyson, he sacrificed himself too. Sarah Connor. The music sucks. The cinematography sucks. Looks cheap. The visual effects are not that good. Pretty piss poor CGI. If you saw in the trailer you thought they looked bad, they did not change anything, improve for the movie. Linda Hamilton, she's okay, but she's given crappy dialogue, and I did not need to see Grandma Sarah Connor. So that's something I was waiting for. Arnold, cash at a paycheck. I'm sorry, that's what it is nowadays. Grace, the good, the protector, she did fine. I honestly thought she did fine. The girl, regardless of her race, she was terrible. If she was a white girl, I'd say the same thing. If she was a black girl, an Asian girl, I would say the same thing. She was terrible. Terrible was terrible. Just they put Mexico so front in your face. They're like, yeah, I did it. 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 Oh, okay, you don't tell me more. I did it. And then the insulting aspect of killing John Connor for nothing. For no reason. Other than to further promote an agenda of sex and race. That's really what it is. The movie wasn't entertaining. R-rated. A couple curse words. And that bit where you saw in the trailer when he's stabbing those people. One bit before he stabbed someone in the head. As violent as T2. Maybe not even as violent as T2. That doesn't do anything for me. Sorry. Doesn't. I don't know what else to say. This movie is a piece of shit. DF, Darth Vader more like dick face. Terminator dick face. Get the dick out of my face, please. Stop making Terminator films. Stop making Alien films. Stop making Star Wars films. Just stop making all those movies, please. It's funny, the last good Alien film was this, in 1986. The last good Terminator film was 1991. The last good Star Wars film was 1983. The prequels, I think they're better than the new ones, but it's like, yeah. They're not as offensive as some of this new shit. The prequels. Just stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. Just stop the shit. Jimmy Tammy, go make your 15 fucking Avatar sequels. Leave anything the fuck alone. Well, I'm going to do better than Genesis. Not much. Fuck this movie. This is easily one of the worst films I've seen this year. The worst film, no, that goes to Jacob's Ladder remake and Doom Annihilation, but this is top 5 worst at least. Fuck, I'd rather watch It Chapter 2 than this. Rather watch Rambo Last Blood than this. I'd rather watch squirrels taking a shit than this. I'd rather watch a dolphin play with my balls than this. I'd rather watch a webcam grow teeth and eat my ass than this. I'd rather have this microphone go down my throat, up my pee hole than this. I'd rather be strangled by this microphone line than this. I'd rather have this computer go through my fucking forehead than watch this again. Terminator did face, go fuck yourself.